Just before this actual tutorial starts, ignore this weird lighting. It's like some new bug that happens sometimes when you join. But before you build this trailer, if you're building it on the same save slot as your truck, you're gonna want to make sure you move your truck all the way to one side. Doesn't matter which side. And then the the drag tool for moving stuff is actually free. It's just like the configuration and the deleting and maybe I think the painting that costs money, but you can still use the move tool drag for completely free without the game pass. So if you're building your trailer and it turns out you built it too far forward and now you can't finish the front of it, you can drag just the trailer and move it if you need to move it. Or if you build it too close to the truck and now you can't build the interior, you can drag it and move it over to the side more. Or if you if you build it too close to any side, you can move it for completely free. You don't need the game pass for that. So don't go crying in the comments, oh, this is really hard because if you don't line it up right, you have to redo everything. No, you can indeed move it. I do have the game pass, but I know for a fact that you can move stuff with the drag tool without the game pass, okay? Enjoy the video. And just a little note here on the block count. Also, excuse if the microphone sounds weird. Whenever I do voiceovers in CapCut, it seems to be like staticky. But with the block count, throughout the tutorial I say when you save you should have this many blocks. But if you're building it on the same save slot as your truck, this is obviously going to be wrong because I'm building it on a completely new save slot just to save loading times whenever I spawn it or load my other slot. So it's going to be inaccurate. So if you're going to have way more blocks than me when you build it with your truck. And another thing, even if you are building it on its own, I do mention it in the video, but your block count still might be off because it's a really big trailer. It uses lots of beams, and you might, mess up, and instead of using a beam 1x7, you might use a 1x4 and a few blocks, and it's gonna be the same thing, but it's gonna change the block count. So it doesn't really matter if it's off at all. So for the sake of reducing loading times, I have going to build without the truck here, but you would move your truck all the way to one side of the plot. In my case, I have my truck on this side, and then we're going to start building the trailer over here, but I'm just going to build it in the middle since I don't have anything on my plot. And you can always use the drag tool if you need to move the trailer because you put it too close to the truck or the side. So first, somewhere near the back, we're going to place a singular block here, and then we're going to get compressors with just the default settings and place two of them right there. Skip a block and place two more. Can paint them with 66 in all three spots. Then you're going to skip two blocks, so 1, 2, and place another 2, same way as this one, and then another 2 right there after skipping one again, and paint them as well. Next, just grab regular blocks again, place 2 of them like that, then grab a beam 1x4 and place one right there. Back to the regular blocks, place 2 more, then grab a full half wedge and replace 2 of them on the end like that. And paint them all. Next, get the half wedge down and switch it to the 1x1. Just place 1 right here. On this left side, only place 1. And on the right side, place 2. And paint all 3 of them. You don't place 1 here or else this compressor won't work anymore. Then you can get a motor and make it unpowered, so just turn the power off, and that's all you have to do. And place it right here. It has to be facing this way. And right here. And right here. So we have, they're all in the same spot, connected to each compressor and nothing else. And you can paint them as well. Next, we're going to place some more compressed blocks. So press this and then change it to positive 0.4. And then place one facing up in that gap we had made earlier. Then change it to the regular negative 0.5 and place 2 more. paint the bottom one the same as all this, and paint the top two this default white in the corner here. If you had built this on the ground, you're going to move it up by 1, 2, 3 blocks. Then just grab a compressor, and actually this one's going to be transparent with can collide off, unlike all the other ones. And starting on this lower full half wedge, you're going to place 4 of them, coming down to this side. And sorry, paint them this color. Then go with light bulb, grab a text, 1 by 2. Place 1 underneath going this way. 1 on top that way. And then another on the bottom. Then place a half block on the end of that text. You should have 34 blocks so far. Next, you're going to get a half wedge down and switch it to the 1 by 1 again. Place 1 on each side of this half block in this rotation. And then build them all the way back until this block right here, so it lines up with it. On this side as well. Then flip it over and place them on the top. But don't go all the way back, just go to right there, leaving 1 blank spot. Then get a half triangle wedge. And place 4 of them in total. 2 on each side in this rotation. And paint it all up. Now if we were to spawn this, yeah, I have one. It should look like this. And you should have 73 blocks so far, including the seat here. Next, we're going to get another compressed block. It's going to be transparent with collisions off. You're going to face it downwards like this and place it on the end of each of the 4 motors. And paint them. Then light bulb, text 1 by 2. And place 1 coming out from each compressor. Just like this. Get a trail and just turn everything off, because we don't want an actual trail coming from it. Rotate it so it's towards the back of the plot and place it on the text over here. And paint them all. Then on the back of it, we're going to place a motor lock. Do not replace it with the compressor, because at least when I first designed this, using a compressor here caused it to malfunction weirdly and work inconsistently, so we're just going to use a motor lock behind each trail. To help us place the wheels, we're just going to place a block on the ground right next to each motor. Then we're going to go to the cylinder and get the cylinder 1 by 4. And oh, I guess I actually did it wrong. We need the block to be 1 block back. And then place the cylinders on them. So when you look, this motor lock should be up and to the right. So the center of the wheel is actually right here. But the motor lock should be up and to the right, like up here. Then you can delete those testing kind of... I don't know. My brain's not working right now. Just get the fabric material and paint the cylinder. Go to the half cylinder and get the 1.5 half cylinder and place it so it's floating away from the wheel. So place it right in the center, but floating away on each of them. And paint them 155, 155, 155. Then we're going to get another 4 by 4 and place it very annoyingly. Just gonna place it on this half. So I'm gonna readjust place so it's like this. These ones we just placed should be lined up with these ones and connected to this gray one. Then we can get half cylinder again, half cylinder 2x2, and place 4 of them. Paint them all. Then paint these other ones fabric as well. And then lastly you can paint all the wheels black. I actually just realized that I made a massive mistake. These 4, they should also be placed floating away. Next, we can get a compressed block with this setting. And since these wheels don't have a center, I favor to put them towards the back of the wheels. So I just put one under this wheel and just put it on all of them on the back half. But at least make it balanced, so put them all either on the front or the back. So this is how I always place mine on that side of it. Right under the wheel. Then when you flip it around and change it to negative 0.42 and connect it to the one you just placed, and then change it to 0 and then place one more here. Then get a text 1x2 and place it on both sides of it, on like each wheel, you know, to connect it all. Then get another compressing block and make it negative 0.5. And this time, so here's what I was talking about. This one's on the back side, so put this one like on the front side, you know. It just bothers me if it's the other way around, but I guess you could do whatever you want. Then change it to negative 0.49 and place one more. Then light bulb text 1x2 on this side. But for this one, you need to get a 1x3. When you save, you should have 141 blocks. And if you spawn it in, it should be looking like this. And if you did all the compression right, and you move it, it should be able to roll without the wheels bouncing. It should be centered because we did all that motor locking and compressing right here. So it could roll around now. Then get a trail with these settings and place one right there with 2 on each side and paint them the same color as this. Now that we're done with the whole like wheel assembly, you can get a half block and switch it to a beam 1x4 and place it on the upper half right behind this compressor, and then behind it a full block. This beam is going to stay the normal white because that's the color of the trailer, but this one will get painted with this color. You can place 2 more blocks and place temporary one, another one, and delete this. So you have placed 3 in total with a gap between it. You can paint them all. Then get a motor 2 with backwards is E, forward is keypad minus, because you're not going to press that one. Speed 1, torque 1000, angle 90, tolerance 20, servo on, toggle on, inverted off. And place it so with the arrow facing like the yellow facing backwards. Then just switch this around over here and place another one right there and paint it in same color. Get a full half wedge and place it on this block next to the motor. with this rotation so that it's not actually touching, but from the back it looks like it is on both sides. Then place 2 blocks underneath each one, 1 block outward, and fill in the middle. Then get a half block and place it on the end and paint it all. Get trails with this settings and then just place them along the back, except don't place one on the half block. Then get the reddest color that there can be, which is just 2x500, and paint these 3. Then get this white color and paint these ones. So you have these reflectors on the back. Then get a plate and place it right on top of all these blocks right here, even on the half block, and paint them all this same color here. Sorry, quick pause. Then get a regular wedge wherever those are, and place it the same way as this half wedge, just right behind it, or right beside it, I mean. Then get the plate again, and place it on the back of this wedge. Get a sign, 1 by 1. Place it upright directly above this red trail. And here you can just put your name or whatever you want the license plate to be. Then make the sign metal. And make it the brightest white there is, which is 2x5 all the way around. And make the text the same color as the floor. Also, my bad, actually get this color 133 all the way around and paint all this stuff because I actually painted it the wrong color. Alright, perfect. Get a ring light with these settings because we don't want them on. And place 4 of them like this, going sideways like this. And make them, all 4 of them metal. And I'm stuck. And then paint them all this color. Next, get a compressor with these settings, -0.1, and place it on the back of these full half wedges. Then change it to -0.5 and place 2 of them on the back of it. And then just to connect it, we can continue the floor of the trailer with 2 more half beams. Like that. And we can give it a quick test, so save. It should be 200 blocks. Spawn it in. And everything should be looking like this. This is supposed to be 0.1 back, because that's how I made it, that's how I wanted it. Now we're going to start building like the frame of the trailer, so get a half block in place, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then the half beam in place, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And paint them the same color as the whole rear section. Then you can place a full half wedge at the end of this, both of them. Then a beam 1 by 4, and then another block, and then another full half wedge, and a singular half block. When you save, you should have 228 blocks. Place a quarter wedge, a full half wedge, and then 2 temporary blocks right here, and a beam 1x7. Remove those blocks, so it should be like this. Then 1, 2, 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. And paint it all. Next, place a round wedge out on both sides, and then just connect them together with a beam and some blocks, however you want to do it. Just like that. Then for a reference here, we're going to place a beam 1x7 facing like all the way up. And get the round wedge out again, and place it all the way up and 1 extra on both sides. And then once again, just connect them however they'll connect. I guess I just realized this would be more efficient to use a 1x7. You can delete this one, paint that, and paint these, but do not paint these ones in between. Next, you can use beam 1x7s, just bring it all the way back, but not too far. So I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And paint them all, I guess. We could have waited to paint them because there's still a little more. Yeah, and then a beam 1x4 at the end. Then you can use a 1x7 under the last block. And then on the right side only, place a singular block like this. So there should be a 1 block gap and a 2 block gap on this side. So this should be your trailer's frame right now. And you should have about 277 blocks, but that may vary. If you've used the same beams as me, you might have used different combination of beams and blocks, so don't worry if it's different. Next, get the half wedge down and change it to the 1x1. And place 4 of them here. And on the front side, connect them together. On the back side, connect them together, but then delete 1 right there. And then use half beams here to connect that a bit. And then using 55 all the way around to paint all this. And on the back side here, you can do that again, leaving this space here though. Next, get a motor 2 and set the settings to backward keypad minus, forward P, speed 3, torque 1000, angle 90, tolerance 20. Face the little yellow cylinder down and place it with the flat part of the motor on this side. Then turn around and switch these controls. And then you can paint these. Now here is where you're going to use a pontoon front piece, if you have them, and don't worry if you don't have them, just hold on a second. So if you do have them, place it like that on both of them. If you don't have them though, then get a trail and turn everything off and place it like this. Right, and then you'll have to delete a block. There's going to be a block here. If you're using the trail, don't place it, okay? But if you have them, then just go ahead and place them like this. And paint them like that. Get a cylinder and place 2 of them on either your pontoons or your trails. Then a block on the bottom. Paint the cylinders, and then for the block on the bottom, make it fabric and paint it black. Then place 3 blocks here Oh, sorry, not those ones. Regular blocks. 3 of them. If, now here's where it gets different. If you have the trails, just place 3 of them, and that's it. Just place 3 of them. If you have the pontoons like me, then place 2 more right here. And now you should have working trailer legs, so if you spawn it in, normally you guys would have your truck with you, so you could, there's no thing on it yet, but you could park your truck under it and then press P to get it down. So then when you're driving, the legs aren't scraping on the floor, and then when you're not driving, it can be stood up so you can connect your truck. And then the next thing we'll do is add the floor pier and add the connector so you can start using your trailer even though it's not finished, it still will be fun to drive around a little bit with it. So first you're just going to place a regular block at the front of the trailer, right in the center. Then get a compressed block and make sure it is at positive 0.33 with transparent off, can't glide on. Now make sure you place it with the fully flat part up. Not like this, or else it's not going to work. So just like this with these settings. And then of course you can paint it so it would match. Then get a cylinder and place it right there. A half cylinder 2x2. Place it underneath, just like that. And make it ice so it's nice and slippery, easy to get on the truck. Then you can paint it with this color and you're good to connect your truck. Again, I don't have my truck on here just to save some loading time for me. But you could back your truck up onto this and lift up the legs and start driving it around and see how it feels. You can grab a half wedge up and just place it across this whole thing and paint it the same color as the rest of this here. Then we're gonna go back this way and start to finish our floor so you can get a half beam. Place it right there. Then get block and fill in these 3 spots here. Then fill in this little line as well. Then switch back to the beam and just keep placing rows and rows of them until you lose your mind. And then once you get here, you can just finish it off with whatever combination of beams and blocks you'd like. Nice and smooth. Then over here, we can also do the half wedge ups. Painted like this. Then just place a beam, a couple blocks, and use a quarter wedge here. And then full half wedges here. Then you can use a bunch of beam 1x7s right along here. And then fill this in with whatever combination of blocks and beams you like. And now you should have, except for this hole of course, a nice floor. Then you can get beam 1x7, place 3 of them like that. Beam 1x4 and place 2 on this side. And place 4 blocks right here. Next, get the half wedge up and place 2 of them right over the gap like that. Then get the 1x3 version and place it right there. Then the 1x4 version, flip it around and place it there. And you can grab a compressor and place it right here in the center of the trailer. And just change it like this. Then back to the 1x1s, facing this way again. Until you get to here, switch to the 1x3. then to the 4 and flip it around again. Now when you save, you should have around 450 blocks. And if you spawn in, now your floor should be fully complete right there. Nice and flat all the way. So even without the walls, your trailer could carry something now, at least. I just realized I made a mistake, so you're going to delete this beam and replace it with wedges or a wedge beam, whatever you want. But make it the same 2 blocks up. And this one's also going to be the same 1 block up. Just like that. Still painted the same. And then we're gonna just connect this top part over here with a beam 1x7. Then we're gonna start on the doors, so get a compression block and change it to 0, just nothing, and place it on top of this motor too. Then just change it to the regular negative 0.5. Place it a block over like that, and place 2 of them. Then use a text 1x3 to connect them on top. Then text 1x2 up from here to the side over here, and then one more right here, just like this. Then we're going to use plates to make doors. Start by placing 1 plate right there. Then add 2 more, so it's 3 in total. Then go 1 block down. And then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks up, so just under this. And fill it all in. Then you'll get half plates and place them on the end of it here. Then get compressed blocks with the same setting as this one. And place 4 of them right here. Then go ahead and build the same door starting here. 3 of them there, and then go all the way up to the top. And fill it in. Then use the half plates on the end. Now you should be able to spawn in the trailer and test out the doors by pressing E. They should open just like that. Next, go to the plate on the very edge, but excluding the half plate, so this one. Then go up to this one, so it's going to be the third one. 1, 2, 3, and paint both of them the same color as the edges of the trailer. Then get trails and turn them off completely. And place them vertically all the way up the door. And then paint them all. Next, for these 4, this will be in the description. It's just the hinges for the door. And you can paint them the same color as the edge of the trailer. Next is the left side hinges, which will also be in the description. Paint them the same thing as well. Next, this is for both sides, which will also be in the description, is these reflectors. And make sure to paint them red. Now, if you spawn in your trailer, the door should look a little better and it should still work properly. Now, sorry, excuse this, these shouldn't be here. We're gonna fill in the trailer now, like the walls and the roof and everything. So I'm just gonna use beam 1x7s, and just make sure that back here, you don't place anything in this spot. You leave a gap there. Same for this side. Leave the same little 2 block gap right there. Other than that, you can just fill in the entire wall with beam 1x7s, or blocks if you're crazy like that. And with the walls complete, if you did it the same way as me with the 1x7s, we're actually going to delete this one on both sides and replace it with a 1x4 and 3 blocks. Reason is we just want to paint this block right here. Not entirely necessary, but now we can move on to the roof. Now with the trailer in its current state, it is fully usable now. So, except for these holes, of course. But if you want to stop here and just fill in those holes yourself, the only thing you're missing out is the interior and just some details on the outside, because right now it looks, it looks really flat and, pretty bland. So we're just going to add some trails and wing lights, which, again, aren't truly necessary. If you want to use the trailer as is, you certainly can. And then I will show you how to fix this right now. If you want to use the trailer as is, I'll show you how to fix these holes. If not, then you can skip me doing this. So I actually didn't have this pre-planned, but I'm sure I can figure it out right now. You can place 2 wedges right next to this compressor here. And on this side, you can place 1 right there. Then with your compressors, you can, change them to this setting right here and place, starting right there, right above this one, right here. And then get text 1x2, place 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. Then for this side, go ahead with the same settings here. And we're going to start right here. Actually, no, let's start right here. Just like that. Then we can switch it to 0 and place 2 right there. Color them in. And just to give you a quick recap, these two with these settings, text here, on the back, and on the front again, wedge placed in that rotation. On this side, starting right here, we have, sorry for deleting that, this setting for these 4, and these 2 are on 0. These wedges placed in this orientation, paint them, and that should work perfectly. There you go. Now, if you did want to complete the trailer's interior and everything, you're not going to have done this, so get rid of it if you made it for some reason, even though you're continuing. So we're going to start with the trails and wing lights, but first we're going to place some blocks for some guidelines on how to space them out. So starting 2 blocks from the back, we're going to place 1 block, another one right next to it, so 2. Skip a block and place 3. Skip a block and place 3, and just keep doing that. Now that you're finished, we're going to get wing lights and turn them off. Then we're going to place them with the arrow either left or right. And starting right behind these two blocks, we're going to place one row going across, just staying on the white blocks, not going on these ones. And every time that there's a gap, we're just going to place a row of wing lights. After that, you can delete these blocks if you place them. Next thing we're going to do is place trails. So get the trail block and turn them off. Now we're done with the roof, so we're going to move on to the sides, where we're going to place them vertically. And the reason we did the top first is because it's a lot easier to space out. And these trails are actually going to go on the same blocks as all these wing lights. So below each row of wing lights, we're going to place a row of trails. And we're not going to place them on the gray blocks either, just the white ones. Once you're done, you can move on to the other side. Once you're done all that, we're going to paint them all white. Yes, we're going to paint them all white. It's going to take forever. After you're finally done that, we're going to place more wing lights on the side now. So switch the settings to turn them off and place them with the arrow either going up or down. And I'm just going to place a row of wing lights on either side of all the trails. And they are going to go up onto this top gray block, but not the bottom one. I actually do place it on this side. Now, this row is different because the spacing is only 2 blocks, so the wing lights are next to each other. But all the other ones will have 1 block between them. This last wing light at the front is going to be placed sideways. And once you're done one side, it should look like this. Then you can move on to the other side. Oh, and by the way, sorry, I made a mistake here. Once you get to the front of the trailer, we actually are going to start placing them on the bottom here. Just like that. And once you're finally done, all the wing lights that are on a gray block will be painted. And don't forget to save after doing all that. And we're finally almost done. Now at the back here, we're going to place 3 wing lights with the arrow either going right or left. Just like that. You can turn them off like this, or you can make them S so that they turn on when you brake. Paint the back part the same as the blocks behind it, and paint the light part red. Then go to light bulb, text, one by one, and place 2 texts upright on each corner. This will be the top left taillight, and it will be in the description. This will be the top right taillight, which will also be in the description. And we're almost finished. We just have a few more lights to place. So we're going to go to the wing light and just make sure they're turned off. And starting in the very middle of the trailer, place a row of lights going up. All the way to the very, very top and very bottom. Then skip a block over and make another row. And same for the other side. Then place one right next to them sideways, just like this one here. And get this orange color and paint them. My old one has my main one has them painted fully orange, but I think it would be better if you paint half orange and the other half the color behind it. Then you can paint these 3 on the bottom and these 3 on the top. Then get trails with the same settings as all these ones. And right above these orange lights, place a row of them going up, and don't go to the very top. And then paint them white. Congratulations, your exterior is now finished. If you're worrying about that hole at the back, those holes get filled in when the interior gets added, so don't worry about that. Now we're going to start the interior, so we're going to get a compression block and just set it on 0, fully transparent with no collision, and put it not at all like that. Put it like that. Now we're going to set them to negative 0.5, still transparent and no collision. And we're just going to stack them on each other like this, which you normally don't do, but we're going to do that until we get lined up with this, the edge of the trailer, which then we're going to do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then I forgot to put my Discord on Do Not Disturb, oops. And then we go like that, 4 more. Okay, let's save this. Just like that, guys, your interior is done. Next, we're gonna get the plate, and we're gonna make it planks, plank plate. We're gonna place one right there, and then we're gonna place one behind it, and then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Once I figure it out, and then we're gonna build. Don't worry, I'm gonna spam this, but I'm gonna show you how many there are. Well, that wasn't really spamming, that was kind of slow. You're gonna go right up until this point right here, which is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in total, including the last one. And then you're just gonna, not mess it up. Not mess it. You know what? Okay. Alright. I'm so good at this game. Holy. Also, I feel really bad for delaying this trailer part for so long. Yeah, I don't know, that's just all I gotta say. Get the... I'm really sorry. Get this 210, 180, 140, and paint to your heart's content. And don't miss any, or I'm coming to your house. Wow, and now, when you save, you get... Where's the block count? Oh, right there. I already forgot. 1,620. Or, well, actually, it might be different if you used, like, different kind of beams, whatever. And then, we're gonna get compression block. We're gonna make it invisible, and keep the distance. And we're gonna place 1, 2. 1, 2. Nope. Like this. Here we go. And then, plate, metal plate. Rotate it this way and place them along here. I'm gonna spam them, but you will see exactly how far to put them when I'm done, so don't complain. I'm gonna keep going right to here. So stop before this line, just only on the white. And then make sure if you made any mistakes, you delete them. And then do the same thing on the other side. And now that we're done that, before we do any of the next steps, we're just gonna actually, I should have done this earlier, is making sure that you did all these right by spawning in the trailer and opening the doors. And well, I did it wrong. Oh, I found the problem. I placed a wood. It's all wrong. Now that the wood isn't placed, you can see that these metal is along the edge and this wood is over here. And honestly, this trailer, I'm gonna skip this if you want. I'm just about to talk about some nonsense. This trailer used to not be flat in here because of those. So then I added some compression here to make the floor flat. And then only after I add the compression, I decided to put the floor. But I kept the old compression even though the floor would cover it up. So, and I didn't bother changing it. So like actually part of the floor is built into the compression over there. And the rest of it's just built inside the trailer already. If you want, you could just build it all inside the trailer or build it all outside. Wait, did I build the compression in a tutorial? Oh, I did. This is technically useless because we're adding the wood over top. This is only useful if you don't want the wood. So if you're adding the wood, you can honestly just delete all these and just place the wood inside the trailer. Or if you want to, you can place all the wood outside, but that's okay. Anyway, so the next thing we're gonna do is place the wood inside. Honestly, I'm not gonna bother looking at my other save to see how far it goes. We're just gonna discover this together. And that way, well, I'm gonna discover it and you can copy me after I figure it out. I'm just gonna do some nonsense. I'm thinking that it goes to right there because that lines up with the shape of the other one. So let's do it there and let's see how it works. By the way, guys, this is how I build builds before they're actually designed, you know? I just do things and see if they work. And if they don't, then I change it. But it worked, so that's good, that's right. So you can copy that now if you didn't already. I'm sorry if that was like a weird thing to do because normally I don't do that. Usually I just check my other save to make sure I do it 100% right and then show you. But sometimes I still mess up. Sometimes I fix it and sometimes I don't even realize. Anyways, just a second. Don't place these ones. Don't do that. Only go here. Or else you're gonna break the doors. If the doors don't work, check if you placed wood there. Honestly, you could place it here though, I think. If I seem a lot more talkative or anything, it's because I'm actually on a break from school, so I'm not miserable. And I actually want to interact with my community now and actually upload videos. But I still feel really bad because being miserable is not really an excuse, I guess, to just leave you. Anyways, let's actually paint it. And then we can take a look and see how it looks. That's why I haven't done a cut in a while. Usually I load my other save where the build is complete. And then I look around and I see what to build. And I'm still gonna do that. But for this part I didn't because it's simple and I just would rather talk since I actually want to talk now. Because I could have done a cut to go grab the color again or to see how far the floor goes on that end and that end. But I just rather talk instead and do what I remember. So now you should open the doors. They should still open. And it should be all wood in here and it should be beautiful and you should love it and you should love me for letting me build this. Finally. Actually, no, you shouldn't love me because I left you for like many months. Anyways, now is when I'm gonna do one of those cuts. Bye. So if any of you are mad about this missing wood, I actually just realized that you're just gonna get it anyways. Oh shoot. I'm just building as if you guys know what to do. Okay, you need to change this to be invisible and no collision. And I'm gonna leave that in because I want you to know that I make mistakes all the time too, if you didn't already figure that out. Um, wood. I forgot to make it wood.
Oh,
Ah,
little
I
voice over
rotated
here.
it
If
the
this
wrong way.
whole
This is
half
why you
like
should
part is
make it wood
confusing, I
first,
do some
because then you can
some
rotate it,
painting after I place them to help you out.
and then you
So
can
if it's
paint
confusing,
it,
just keep watching, and
and
you'll
then it's
figure it out.
beautiful. Alright, now we're gonna finally fix these gaps on the side, which you should still have in your build. I think it's been so long since I recorded the other parts. We're gonna make this invisible and no collision, and turn it all the way up to 1. I think I showed you how to fill in those gaps if you weren't gonna do the interior, but if you are doing the interior, then you need to do this. So you place these 3 here with those settings. You place 2 edges like that, and only 1 on this side. And you grab this color and paint them. And you get a text 1 by 2. Place 1 there, and 1 on the top. I guess technically it could be on the side too if you want to. And then save it because saving is very important. And then spawn it in and make sure that it all works. So no more gaps. Door's still open. There's wood there now. It's beautiful. That's buggy. Don't worry about that. Actually, I think I know why it's buggy. Never mind. I have no clue why it's buggy. Never mind. I know why it's buggy. Okay. There we go. If you did that same mistake as me, then you can fix that. Also, I did not mean to delete it. I don't know why I did that. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I took a picture of this one with my phone because I'm not gonna remember all the distances, and I don't want to make a million cuts for this. So get a half plate, and we're just gonna start on this side. We're gonna start with it on the back side. I don't know what to call it. Just rotate it the same way. Make sure it is not this way, and it is this way. You gotta pay attention which side the hip hop's on. And then on the third plate right here, I'm gonna place one. Then we go this one, this one, this one, this one. I place this one right here, and that should be 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, that's probably really confusing. Place this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one. And then it's gonna be different this time. It's not gonna be 4. It's gonna be 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. And then it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. And it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that was 5. This is gonna be the worst. Um, I should. Dude, my brain is destroying right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna build something. Hold on, to help you with this. I'm gonna build something to help. Or I'm not gonna build something. I'm gonna like paint this so you can actually see. I'm gonna paint this. I'm gonna have to put like a voiceover at the beginning of building this to let you know that at the end of it, I'm gonna do something to make it easier. So that you're not trying to follow it. So if you can look at this, and you can see where they all go, and you can pause the video right here and do that. And then once you're done that, just do it on the other side. So I'm just gonna. That's not even right. Dude, that's not even close. And then also change this to all 200s and paint all of these just a little bit darker than the default. Don't forget to save. Now what we're gonna do is just place 6 more on top of them all, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it should just be in line with this last white block here. I'm gonna speed this up. Okay, once you're finally done, hopefully it didn't take as long as it took me, then you can just do the exact same thing that's on the bottom. Just put plates all the way at the same exact length. So right there. Perfect. Other side. And now I should have just been building out of metal, but everything here should be metal. And then paint them. And now you can finally spawn it in. It's not done yet, but it's pretty close and it looks pretty good. Wow. Next we're gonna go inside. Once we figure out how to get inside. And see this little up here, and then we're just gonna cover this right up with some beam 1x7s. And then we're gonna get plate and making it metal. Place them along the bottom. Then a half plate and make it metal. And place them along the side. Both sides. And then also paint them the same color that we painted all the other metal. Now we're going to do some more compression, so make it invisible. Then find this second one here and place it just in front of it right there, and place 2 of them. Stack like that, just behind it. Then skip one, go to the next one. Place behind it, then go to the last one. Place behind it. Now for all the ones that we didn't do, place on the other side of them. So on this side now instead. And now change the setting of the compressor to still invisible, but change the distance to negative 0.35. And just place one, make sure it's rotated the same way on top of all the ones we just placed. Now change it to negative 0.25. And for all the ones, these 3 here, place one facing this direction. And for the other ones, one facing this direction. Now we're going to get wing panel 1x4 and make it metal. And just place one, underneath this compressor, just like this is running across. The easiest way I find to do it is place one here, then there, and delete it. But maybe you could find a better way, I don't know. After that, switch it to 1x3 and make sure it's still metal. And just place it on the end of all the 1x4s you just did. And then all these are actually going to be painted like super white. Then you're gonna get a trail. Make sure it never does anything ever. And just place one at each end of these lines of wing panels here. They do need to be metal, but unfortunately, when it's a configurable block, you can't place it as a material, which sucks. So you're just gonna have to make it metal after. Rick, by the way, I hate your game. And we all hate Rick. We all hate his game. That's why we play it and spend so much time on it. And then those trails are actually going to be the same color as these darker ones. Now, we only have one thing left to do before you can spawn the trailer and test how good it looks on the inside. And that's we have to add lights on the wing panels, which I have to go to my other save because I don't remember the settings for them. But absolutely do not spawn this trailer before adding lights because it will explode and I will come to your house and harass you. I will scream at your face and tell you that you shouldn't have done that because now you have to rebuild the whole trailer. So, you're gonna grab a wing light and set it to T with this range, brightness, and everything here. And then we're gonna leave that one alone and place one right in the middle of this one. Skip this one, place one, skip this one, place one. The color stays the same, so now you are truly ready to summon this trailer into your world. Let it load in. You have some beautiful lighting on the inside, and your trailer is beautifully done. You can store almost anything you want in here. It's not actually that big when you actually try to put another build inside, but it is pretty cool anyways, though. I hope you enjoyed. Absolutely, I do not think that there's like a proper excuse for um delaying it so long, but I was feeling like very miserable from school and did not want to feel like I should record a video. I didn't feel like it was good for me to do that. But it should be done now. Your wheels should roll. You should be able to pull it because hopefully you built it on the same save slot as the truck. And if you didn't, then that's kind of sad because now you can't pull it.